Good morning once again. You answer now, you're in the video.
Okay.
Good morning. So this uh, this is apparently your first class
Yes.
here, and I just want to talk about the basic things first. You might not start making shoe already. Of course, I know you make shoes already, but because of the nature of what you register for, we just want to take everything from beginning again and get to a place where you'll be able to do shows by yourself. The reason why we have to go through this is because uh, there's this concept of uh, this is what you taught me. What if there's another design that you did not teach me?
Yes.
So you get how will you go about it? There's really nothing like that. Shoemaking is just shoemaking. It's just for you to know how to see something and just know immediately how to represent it. It's just like you gave tailor sample. They they might not even see the sample. They might not have seen the sample before, but for the fact that they they must know what to do. So if you don't pass through all this stage, you might miss out on what to do. So if you go through all this stage, you will know everything you need to do, and this will cover up for the lapses, or no, let me not call it lapses, some things that have been left out during your first training. Okay, so here we have four lasts here. Okay, so what I want to talk about is actually last. Okay, and since it's shoemaking, you are dealing with legs, and since you cannot, I mean, since you cannot, the people that want to make shoe from you cannot submit their leg to you, right? That is why uh, there's this representation of leg, and we call it last. It's a mold. It can be plastic, wooden. It can be, in some cases, for industrial use. It can be metallic. So you get, and it can take various form, various shape, various design, and of course various sizes. Uh, One important thing that you need to know is this: um, this kind of lasts that we buy in the market, they are general purpose lasts. That is, they are made to size. Okay, they are not made to any particular person's foot size, or um, to any particular person's feet. They are just like, okay, if we have like three persons wearing size 46, then this last should be able to fit them on an average. It doesn't mean if somebody wears size 46, this will fit them perfectly, but this should do. And this should be like something you can easily modify to fit that person, because we have cases where someone will wear size 46, and uh, the person's leg might just not be as long as this. It just be say the person leg just stay wide. So you get this last, you should be able to know what to do to make this last fit that person. If the person's leg is not wide but long, you should be able to know what to do to also make this last fit that person. So that's why this last is like a general purpose that you can easily modify. The next type of last is all those ones that they are made to particular foot, particular person, one person's leg, and that only exists in bespoke shoemaking. Okay, so if anyone tells you that they are bespoke shoemakers and they don't make lasts, they are not bespoke shoemakers. Do you get? Because we are very quick to always say bespoke shoemaker.
What's bespoke shoemaker?
You've heard bespoke
Yes,
shoemakers
I've
before,
heard it.
yes. So you can, some people can just say they are bespoke shoemakers, uh, probably because they think they make fine shoes, not because they think now, because they know they make fine shoes. And someone can just come up with this shoe, make this shoe right here, and say he's a bespoke shoemaker. The person is not. It's not about the shoe you are making that makes you bespoke. The word bespoke by itself means you are making that particular thing for one particular person. So this is the process that is involved. The person whom you want to make the shoe for will come to uh your site, that's your office. You take detailed measurement of the foot, everything about the foot. In fact, you also check the foot, the shoe that the person came with. Sometimes it might need tearing the shoe to see the way the person's foot rests inside the shoe, the imprint, the way where the person balances on, check where the sole, check every detail, every simple detail, not simple, complex detail about the person's foot, how the person even walks, so that you know where to reinforce if there's need for that. Then after that, the measurement of the person, you are going to make a last for that person. After making the last for that person, that last is not for any other person, it's for just that person. Shey you get? So you don't even need to tell the person this is your size, this is not your size. You don't need the person size. You just need to make the last that will fit the leg. Take all the contour into consideration, and you have to also take into consideration if the person likes his shoe to be free or a little bit tight. Not so tight, just fitted. If he likes it fitted or free, that's what you take in consideration when you are making the last. And by the time you are done with the last, you go and hang it. Write the person's name, Mr. McDowell. You write it on it, you will hang it. So when you go to a bespoke shoemaker's office, you will see last on the wall or on the shelf. Probably no sizes on it, just name. So if Mr. McDowell comes again to make shoe, provided the shoe he wants to make now is the same shape, that is the same shape with the previous shoe that he made, you will use it. If it is another shape, you will make another last. Do you understand? That is what bespoke shoemaker entails. The only people that can call themselves bespoke are tailors, because they will take your measurements and sew your clothes according to your size, to your measure. It is not they just it's not by way of just picking size. Tailor can also say you can tell tailor you wear size size I don't know how female call their sizes now, maybe size 8 or size 10, and they will make the clothes. If you come and you wear it, if there's any adjustment, you can quickly do it. That is not bespoke. Okay, but the one that you go, they will measure your entire body, and they will make the clothes to fit just your body. If another person wears the clothes, it might not fit them because of your body shape, contour, and all. That is what bespoke actually means. So it is a general terms. It's a general misconception among shoemakers that says Adewale bespoke. You are not. Okay. So bespokery, you need to making the last for the person is a must. And most of the time in bespoke, they use wood. You carve the wood in making the last, except for modern days where you can now uh, computerize. Everything is computerized. You just put in the person's details on the computer, and the machine will make the last for the person. As the machine is making the last, it is for that same person. The only thing that is close to bespoke again that you can consider as bespoke is let's imagine someone comes now and says he wears a size 46. I can pick a regular size 46 like this and modify it to fit the person's leg. Shey you get? So if the 46 is if I measure the person's leg, and besides we are going to take leg measurement also. If I measure the person's leg and I see that this thing will be okay for the person's leg, but you see that here might be too big, while here is okay, or here might be too big, while here is okay, you will now modify this one into that shape of the person's leg. By the time you are done, this last will not be able to fit another person that doesn't have that same shape of leg. Okay, it might fit some other persons, but if it fits, you should know that it's because they have similar leg contours and leg sizes, I mean leg parameters. If not, it won't fit. So that's the only other part that you can say, okay, you are bespoke. But if you are not doing that, what you do is you measure the leg size 46, you carry this last size 46 and you make the shoe. It's just made to size. So that brings us to another term in shoemaking. You have make to size, you have make to measure, and you have made to order. If you see some foreign uh, uh, site or shoe page, maybe on Instagram or anything, you can see that they write MTS. I mean, yes, MTS, made to size, MTO, make to order, then MTM, made to measure. So that made to measure is the one that will be referred to bespoke, while made to order is you just say, oh yeah, make this kind of shoe for me. While made to measure is not somebody's order, you just decide to make it according to size. So if anybody comes and want to buy, if it sizes you, you buy it. If it doesn't, you leave it. So that is that about that. I hope you understand what bespoke
Yes.
means now. So if bespoke is attached to your name and you're not a bespoke shoemaker, remove it.
It's not.
Okay. Good. Me, I'm not even Eddie Johnson bespoke. I'm just Eddie Johnson. Okay, so it will be very okay for you to know that everything you'll be doing in shoemaking revolves around this thing. So if you want to make any investments in your crafts, this is one of the things you can invest in. Do you understand? uh I'm very fortunate to get my own things like
Really.
early in life. When not in life, I'm still I never would. When I started the work, you will not see me buy clothes. You will not see me buy anything. Who's that? Okay, so this is everything you are going to be doing in shoemaking revolves around this space. Okay, I was saying I I got to buy my last really early.
Mm.
So you get, I was fortunate enough and to also buy them in sets. Or most of my last they have sets. This one has its full set. This one set. I have them like
Wow.
that. Yes. So um, that's one way to make work really easy. Because if you buy this one leg and you
Which is
make,
46.
which is 46, and you make the shoe and it is so beautiful, and you deliver the job, the person you delivered it to, because of maybe the nature of the person, another person saw it and said, I want this exact shoe. Now the person wears size 40. Where will you get this exact shape from? Because you already bought just this one, not considering the other sizes. So your investment in making this size 46 shoe that is so beautiful, everybody likes it, they now want to make, but you don't have the size. You either go and beg for size or you want to go and buy. What if you get to the market, this shape now, this exact shape? You better say, exact shape oh, because this is more like a wide face. You can have other wide face, but maybe they will not have this sharp corner. Maybe they will be wider. Maybe they will be a little, you know. So that's why it is very important that you buy them in sets if you can. Oh. But if you can't, you can also just buy one when God smiles on you, or when you also hard, money don come, or help comes, you'll be able to buy in sets. And they are already getting very expensive now. I think one last is about 16,000 now.
No longer 14.
14 kwa for where? One last is about 16,000 now. All right. So everything you'll be doing,
And the set is like 5 pairs, right? That before.
they are usually 6 or 7. Because if you start from size 40 to 46, that is 7. 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46.
It's true.
7. But some sets they will skip 45 and give you 46. Some will be complete. Some will not have a. It's usually 45 and 46 that they. Some will not have 46. They will just stop at 45. So you get. Uh, so you have to fully understand this thing we call last for you to be able to properly understand what shoemaking is. Okay, this is the leg of the person you want to. This is the leg of the person you want to work with, and for the fact that this thing is expensive, or not the fact that it is expensive, I like to maintain my last to be beautiful. The funny thing about last I will buy in Nigeria is they are not actually new last. They are foreign used last. But you see, when they bring them to us, they look new. But by the time the last get to us, it becomes something else. We kill the last because of negligence or what our oga pass down to us, the way we see people handle last. I have some last that I got from my oga because I was fortunate enough to buy some things from him. His his last. Some last that I bought, this one they are new, I bought them by myself. Some last that I bought from his office, they are generation to generation last. This last many things. They have seen a lot, and yes, they have seen a lot, and it only saddens me because that's what it is everywhere. If you borrow somebody this last now, the way they will use it will be very, very. It's not as if I've not used this last one. I've been using this last now for a long time now, but the only damage you will see on the last will be from somebody else that I borrow. That's how human beings are. They can you borrow them something and it will turn to something else. One of the things that I avoid doing on the last is cutting pattern on top of the last. That's like a regular thing, abi. You draw pattern on the last and you want to cut it out. Like, see this one now. See this one now. I think I gave it to someone, and by the time the last came, I can easily tell what pattern the person did on the last. Do you mean that where they were using this last before, they did not draw pattern? They actually did, but e don reach our hand now. We want to turn into something else. You are most likely, or the tendency is just there that after drawing this pattern that you see here, you want to cut it out one by one. And That is not actually very nice. The more you keep cutting, the more the
The
last
lines.
the lines becomes, and if you keep marking on the last, the integrity of the surface will start reducing, and before you know it, your last will become ugly. It's not as if the last is ugly, it will not do its work, oh, but it's not just so appealing to me. If the lie is ugly, now you can know it will still do the job quite alright, but it's very small, very small, 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 small. The last go, they turn to something else. Okay. So now this is the last. There are uh, there are two parts to it. First is just like the way you have the shoe. There are two parts to a shoe. Sorry, I'm not using light now. NEPA just did their thing. So there are two parts to a shoe: the top, the upper, and the sole. Okay. The same thing for the last. You have the body part and the base part. Okay. This base part is what determines your sole. Everything about the sole is from this base part that you get it out. So if you are doing a shoe for this last, the sole, the shape of the sole, this base part must dictate it. Do you understand? Then the upper, if you are doing upper for this last, the body of this last must dictate the upper. Except for some few occasions where we just lackadaisically want to just uh, use the pattern for this last for this one. Most of the time, lasts are actually different. So if you want to be a good shoemaker, you should be able to draw your pattern for this last and um, use it just for this last. If you want to if you have a work for this last, you should be able to draw the pattern for this one and use it. Shey you get? And a quick one, if there's chance and you have a work to do and you know that this work is most likely going to reoccur, by way of you are most likely going to do it again, maybe because of the fact that the shoe is going to be beautiful. Anyways, as a shoemaker, your shoe is supposed to be beautiful. Shey you get? I have this pair that I just made. Now, the same person sent this to me to make, and it's size, this one is size 45, I mean 44. Uh, the one I want to make now is size 43. You saw the material outside
Yes.
where the tailor made try and manage them because that's the remnant from this one. Like, and the person is going to receive it. Now, imagine that I draw this pattern now, size 45 or 46, and you know later that you might just draw, that you might just, somebody else might come for size 43, size 42, size 40, what have you. Don't you feel it will be easy that when you are drawing it, you just draw for the sizes? But then it will be very difficult because drawing for this one alone is some level of stress. Then imagine drawing for the remaining lasts, drawing for the remaining last. It will save you some stress. It's just like say someone comes and they want to make sure and you have the pattern, the size. It's just for you to go inside, bring the pattern, draw on the leather, last it, deliver it. It's very easy. Other than saying, and you will not have problem with. It should be exact. Oh, you know, imagine this shoe that I made now. Someone wants to make the same size, and you're telling me it should be exact. I mean, it should be exact. Is it not the same pattern? I will just take
Yes. Yes.
and I'll use. Okay, so that's one thing. It's that's just a digression. Anyway, it is very. In case I don't tell you again, you should know it now. Share you get, so you can actually draw pattern for all of them. But that's not to say that you cannot use there's a way you can do the pattern for size 45 and you'll be able to use it for size the next size. Okay, there's you can do pattern grading or you can just adjust your pattern by way of which term did they use for that word now? They say you want say you want I think that's say you want adjust just adjust the pattern.
Minimize.
You see you want to just do something to the pattern, say maybe for let you use the other side. Okay. So I do that too. And it is globally accepted. There's this thing called pattern grading. It means when you have a pattern for this one, you can use it to grade up and grade down. Okay.
40, like 42, 43, 41.
Yes, like let's say yes, you get now. In between pattern can do up and down. Yes, in between pattern can go up and down. But the real deal is, you see, there's shoemaking is very easy, just because you see this our Nigeria is very hard. When you want to draw pattern, when they want to draw pattern, and that's the reason why most of the last they bring are as good as new, because when they draw pattern for one, they can grade it. Usually, there's in shoemaking size 42 is the standard size for male. So if they are saying your leg is too big, your leg is too small, your leg is the standard size for shoemaking is 42. So if you draw a pattern on size 42, you can grade it up to 45 and you can grade it down. So you get if you know how to do pattern grading. So you don't even need to tape out the last and they will be the same. So you get that's pattern grading. So let's move forward before we overtalk things. I can digress a lot. All right. Another thing you need to know about this last is this last can where the top of the last intercept the base of the last. That's this corner here, Abby. It's called feather edge.
Feather edge.
It is like foul feather, the edge. So this part is called feather edge. So if you want to mark this so, the insole of this class, or you want to make this so, it is actually the feather edge you are marking, not as if you want to shade everything. So you mark this. So when you tape the entire last, I mean the base of the last, paper tape running across, you reach somewhere around here. When you take the edge of your pencil, you just shade around. That part that will be marked will be the feather edge. Then you can cut it out. That will be the shape of this base. Okay. Now the top of the last is also divided into two parts. Um, there's this part and there's the other part. If you want to identify the other part, you can use this place to identify it. This place is called the arc. This under leg where the 42 you know say you are flat footed or you are not flat footed. That's the arc. And when your leg are together like this, that is the part that will be touching each other. Okay, so that's the arc. So this part where the arc is called the medial. Media like middle media, mold medial, so medial.
Medium.
Mean medium good. So this media, why this part is the lateral. Okay, this is the lateral part. This is the media part of the last standard international standard name to the part. Okay, now you might be wondering where the name came from. They are actually from normal foot. This is the medial part of your leg. This part is the medial part of your leg, while this part is the lateral part of your leg. Okay. All right. That being said, um, you already know that the shape of the shoe you want to make is dependent on the last you are using. So any project you have to take the shape that will most likely fit it. Okay, it might be actually confusing sometimes when you want to choose the shape because of similarities that are so close. Okay, so if I have this shoe now, I have this shoe and I'm to choose like a shape. We Do you think this shape will do it?
That shoe.
Yes.
Is this last you used now?
Yes, this is the last I use. This will do it. But if you look at the way it is, you most likely think this is smaller than this. So just choose the best thing that will be able to do the job. Okay. Uh, so the last dictates the size, it dictates the shape, it also dictates what again, whether it will be comfortable or not. Okay. There's one thing I want to also say, uh, just in case I don't remember to say it again, is there's this part of last. Let me align all this last together. You see, all these last, they are sitting on the same surface, flat surface. But one thing you realize is, you see this part is different from is different for all of them. It's different. This part that you see is the toe lift. Toe lift. The reason why this part is actually there is because when you are standing or when you are walking, you are not resting on the toe. You can stand and try it. You'll be able to lift your toe like this without even feeling you want to fall or not. So that's the toe lift. Every shoe should have a toe lift. The shoe should not be flat. Okay. So when this shoe is standing like this, this front should not touch the ground. This front part, so something must be able to enter inside. Okay. But you see, this toe lift is different for different shapes of last. Okay, because there are sometimes you want to buy last and you say this one to raise. Say no be pastor you want me. Say
Actually, my pastor dey wear that kind of shoe.
some people don't even tell me for this Benin say this one a pastor shoe. There's like I wonder whether the
Where
whether
they
shoe
got it from.
where they got it from. Say this one a pastor shoe. There's I don't know if there's any such thing. Say this one is pastor shoe. So just be aware that shoes have toe lift, and they get it from the last, and there are various degrees of toe lift. Okay, I think here this should be like the highest.
Yes, it is.
You can see how high the toe lift is. This should be like the smallest
Yes, the lowest.
at the lowest, then maybe followed by this and this. Okay, so if you want to buy last, uh take into consideration toe lift, so that most especially if it is not you that is going to buy it, if somebody is going to buy it for you, don't just be enticed by the shape. You should know the toe lift also, because there's a technical part to it, and uh, most of the time, because you don't know how to get around this toe lift issue, uh, it just pisses some persons off. I've gotten a set of last for for one person, and the person has refused to use the last because he say it too dey raise mouth. It too dey raise mouth. You see, this I think we should just come to this toe lift maybe later, because it's quite a very extensive part. I hope I remember much later, because it's not as if this one, by the time I make this shoe with this, by the time I make a shoe with this last, say it go rise reach like this. No, that's not to tell you this is not a disadvantage to this last. This last is very fine. It's not even close to being disadvantageous. This please help me with this shoe. That shoe there.
This is the last one.
This one that has the highest toe lift is here. And if you look at it here, you will see that the toe lift, sorry for this nylon is just because of this red Nora Honda. This toe lift here is not the same here. It is reduced here. But the moment you see
Because you
this,
have added the sole.
it's not even the sole. If yes, the sole, but I'll just tell you how to go about it. This lift now, the moment you see this kind of shoe wey raise mouth piroro like this, say no way, you cannot deal with it, you cannot use it. There's a way to actually undo it. It's not even close to being, it's not even a disadvantage. Okay, all you need to do is to know how to work around it. When we get to making soles, we'll get around it. Most of the problem people have is they use foreign sole. Let me not call it foreign sole. We call it foreign sole because it comes from maybe China or somewhere. It's actually rubber sole. All those rubber sole, they have they have they are made for some kind of last, and you cannot superimpose that sole for this one. You want to use that kind of one for this one, you expect say the mouth go dey the way this mouth take go down na im this one take go down. It's not possible. It's just like saying the heel of this one is as high as this, and you put the shoe on it and you get this toe lift, which is quite okay. Then you remove this shoe, you put this last on top, and you want to get the same toe lift. It's not possible. So you have to be considerate of the sole you use for your work before you
Okay. Most times it's actually the heel of the shoe that
yes,
does control the
yes,
face.
yes, the toe lift, the heels control it. That's why different shoes have different heels. I mean, different soles have different heels. And if there's another way to correct it if you are not going to correct it with the heel, because some people don't actually like high heel. I have customers that they don't want their heel to be high, and you want to use this sole, this last for their work. And if their heel is not going to be high, it means you automatically want to think the toe lift will be higher, because it's actually like inversely proportional, or when this one is going down, this one is coming up. So you get like this. The higher at the back, the lower it is in front. So what if the person now says, okay, I want low heel, then it's almost like make the shoe one fly. But then there's another way to correct it. So when we get to the sole part, we are going to do that. I hope you have been able to catch something from this first session. This is this is the basic of the basic thing,
The introduction.
introduction. Okay. All right. So thank you for. Is there any question you want to ask before we move on? And other thing is last get, you see this part of last is just for opening. Okay. So there are different types of last. The way based on the way they open. This one opens to the front to meet each other, while this one opens to the back like away. Okay, you don't understand. Let me show you.
I understand, but I didn't know that was what you were going to say. Like, if you want to open that one now,
Uh,
you have to
this one.
open it to meet each other. What
Yes.
if you open it backward?
This one.
Yes.
It will not open backward now. This one will open to the back by way of
Yes.
just
I know that one.
opening it like this, Abi. This one, it will not open to the back. This space that you have here is to open it to the front.
I think all the last apart from this one can be open towards the same direction.
No, no, they are different direction. This one is forward. This one will not open to the back.
I'm seeing it now.
It will not open to the back. It will open to this one will meet this part. Then you remove the shoe. This one will open backward. Then you remove the shoe. This one you remove this one first. This Paco.
Sorry, can't this one be gummed together?
The issue with that is if you gum it together, how do you want to remove it?
I rest my
So all
case.
these things, they are mechanism of removing the shoe from the last, except the shoe you want to make is not so high. If it's something that will be easy for, if it has, it's not as high as this, maybe like loafers with the get low apron. You understand? All right, I think that's the end. And there's another type of glass that they don't even look like this. Or there's one pin you press in front and you remove this front part away.
Okay. There's one other one I have. It has sorry. It has one small thing like this. You have to remove that one
Mm,
before you now press it.
before you press the pin.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so that's just mechanism of removing uh of trying to remove the shoe from the last. I think that's all about last. That is all. So we have lateral parts, we have medial parts. To draw pattern on the last, you can tape the entire last if you so desire. But if you are not taping the entire last, then you are going to tape the lateral parts,
Outer part.
the outside part, just like this one is here. You are not going to tape the inside part, you are going to tape the outside part. The reason is because okay, we have two types of last. We have um, uh, symmetrical last and asymmetrical last. Symmetrical last means both sides they are almost the
Same.
same or the same. Okay. While asymmetrical last means the two sides are actually different, but the one you can use most of the time to kind of superimpose the two is the lateral part by way of volume and all. So I think that should be all for now.
Sorry. What if I'm not good at
Sketching
drawing or sketching?
on the last.
Yes, how do I go about it?
Yes, okay. That when when we start pattern drafting, you get to understand there's uh, drawing on main form, or you can actually draw on the last, or you don't draw on the last at all. You just cut out. You do something that is called main form for both sides. You superimpose them. Then
Check it on the last.
yes, you can also check it on the last. Then that will give you, that's where you now draw based on certain references.
Okay. But does it mean this is the most correct or that's the right way to do it if you want to
Uh,
draw a
there's
pattern?
no right way. Okay, there are right ways. They are both correct. It's just that you see this one drawing on the last just give you a clue about,
How
like,
it's
you can
gonna look
see
like on the last.
what it's going to look like. That one is a lot more technical. It needs, you need some level of technique to be able to draw using references. There are even drawing rulers for patterns that you all you just need is buy the ruler. You just be like all those French curve, but it's not French curve. You just then you'll be using it to trace out pattern,
Different course.
different curves on top. So what else?
For now.
For now, you understand last, right? All right. So this is the first class, and thank God we covered it. It's a wonderful section. So if you are seeing this is actually a live class for someone, and I hope it will be able to help for our online space. Help to be able to help you understand last very well. Okay. Thank you.